Yo, 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 what up, everybody? Get this thing together real quick. That's some shit. Damn it.
There's no words on it.
All right, people. What it do?
I don't know what that means to play us out. What does that mean? To end the show? Yeah. All right, go.
Thank you. Good morning, Queen. How's it
That's
going, yo?
tomorrow, and that is at 5.
Tiffany and
Tomorrow,
Griffin up in
and
here
that
this
is it
morning.
for us today.
Try to work on two things today. I want to get this canvas outlined and get a tone on it, or primed rather. So I want to outline this drawing. I want to tone this canvas, And then I want to deglaze these shoes right here and get these shoes ready for painting. There still might be some touch-ups. Like I said, this leather is pretty damaged on the front, and some spots on the side was really bad where I had to glue it back down. But these are going to be some RBGs, RPGs, red, black, and green, um, Black Power, uh, Jordan Joe. I say red. Um, I don't know. I may do the whole part right here black, or red, black, green. I don't know the color scheme I'm putting on it yet, but I'm gonna freak it some kind of way. Have a black power fist on one side, and then I might have like a really simple out like a silhouette of either Huey P. Newton or Angela Davis or somebody like that, somebody with a big ass fro, and just have the black power on the one, black power fist on one side, the afro on the other side, and the color scheme for the red, black, and the green. You know what I'm saying? The blood, the skin, the earth. This is the last painting I completed right here, the Whisper. Just finished these shoes yesterday. My girl says when she gets out of work today, she's gonna go find a red shirt or a black and white shirt to match these, so she can wear these tomorrow. But those are fresh to death. So yeah, super fresh, brand new, just got done. So I'm just like I said, I'm gonna work on this canvas and then work on these shoes today and see where it takes me. I got a appointment at 10:55. I thought it was yesterday. I gotta pay a ticket, yo. So I went to the traffic court yesterday, and it was like, you're not supposed to be here till tomorrow. I was like, fuck. So I gotta at least leave the house like 10:30. It's right around the corner. Like I say, some bullshit. I was teaching my son how to drive this summer, in an empty park with a vacant lot, no other vehicles, no other pedestrians, or nobody out in the park playing or anything. And I was just letting them cut some laps around the park. And it's a gravel parking lot. There's not like dividers or parking spaces or anything like that. And someone called the cops on us and said there was some kid driving a car. I was in the car with him, and cop pulled us over, like, oh, why are you letting your son drive, and da 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 da. I mean, well, he was like, why are you letting this kid drive? I'm like, I'm teaching my son how to drive. My son is only 12 though, but he's tall enough to reach the pedals. So they gave me a ticket for driving without a license. I had my license on me, but since the operator of the vehicle didn't have a license, he put that ticket on me because I knowingly let my son drive without a license, and I couldn't find my insurance card right away. So they was like, oh, I'm gonna write you a ticket for driving without insurance as well. But if you can prove that you have insurance in court, and we'll drop that ticket. So it's like $300 and something, some bullshit, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, so now I gotta go to court and pay a fucking ticket because I was letting my son drive. Like it was funny as shit. I told my son like, yo, you're 12 years old, you already got pulled over by the cops. You're not on a good course, man. 12 years old and already got pulled over by the cops, yo. It was funny as shit though. It was to me. It was funny. I know it wasn't a big deal. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to get a cop held, and then plus I got like my bumper stickers say 9/11 was an inside job. Audit the Fed. I have a Oath Keepers bumper sticker. And when I started reaching in my glove compartment, I purposely pulled out my Constitution and set that shit on my lap and looked at him like, I know my rights, bitch. So whatever, you're not about to sit here and harass me. Then I made sure I got all his information and shit. So it wasn't a terrible traffic stop, but I just know like if it was a white dude and his white son driving around in a parking lot, nobody would have called the cops. Nobody would have called the cops. We weren't bothering anybody. wasn't bothering anybody. And there was no one in the park. You know what I'm saying? But they saw me and my son just cutting a couple laps around the park and felt like they need to call the cops because my vehicle looked suspicious. Like really? It's all good. How much for a self portrait? Well, a self portrait would mean one of me me? You want a painting of me that I did of myself? Or why my app went out? Shit.
This is only the beginning. The road gets tougher now that you're a ninja. But if I told you that, I guess it would ruin the moment. So I'll tell you later.
But if you just want a portrait of yourself, uh, my standard size canvas is an 18 by 24, and my starting price is $400. Depending on how complicated the photograph is, that price may go up, and you have to pay for your own shipping. What up? What up? What up, yo? But yeah. So if you want some art, it's not that hard to get. Emails, Facebook, Instagram, we can communicate like that on exactly what you want done. You can send me a picture in email or Facebook or any way you can digitally send me a copy of the image. If the picture is good enough for me to use, I do need a certain quality of picture to work from as a source reference, because I have to blow it up big enough so I can see details. If you took your picture on a camera phone and I blow it up into an 8 by 10, it's going to lose a lot of resolution and it's going to look really grainy, and I'm not going to be able to use that photograph. What up, bro? Nah, I got the day off, but I'm streaming right now. About to work on some paintings and start these shoes. So can I call you back in an hour or so? Yeah, that's I'm like I said, I'm live on camera right now. I want to talk about it, but not like everybody don't need to be at that shit. Yeah, yeah. All right, bro. All right, that was my best friend. I had talked to him like this is his daughter's shoes that I'm gonna do, and so they've been I've been planning on doing the shoes, but I've been asking her like, what do you want? And she's like, anything, it doesn't matter. I'm like, no, 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 no. What do you want on these shoes? And like for weeks, she's like, it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. So I called this morning before school. I was like, yo, I'm starting these shoes today. You need to tell me what the heck you want on these shoes. Once again, she's like, it doesn't matter. I'm like, all right, yo, I'm gonna make some motherfucking some RBG Black Power Jordans. She's like, okay, but she's in middle school, right? You know what I'm saying? She's like, okay, that sounds cool. I'm like, or I can do some Care Bears or some strawberry shortcake, Winnie the Pooh. She's like, I don't want nothing like that, yo. I was like, I can do some Sonic the Hedgehog or some Mario. She's like, nah. I think I'll go with the RBG Black Power Fist. I'm like, that's my little soldier right there, yo. So I was like, all right, now when you step up in school and people be like, what are those? You be like, Black Power, bitch. Yeah, but I'll get on these in a minute. What? What up, everybody? So I'm on YouTube and Facebook Live right now. Um, so if you can't get me on one, you can definitely watch me on the other one. So yeah, it's kind of weird because I'm showing these to two different cameras at one time. So one camera it'll focus on and it'll kind of go out of focus for the next camera. more like a reactivist, reenact some shit. Oh yeah, them's gonna be too nice, boy. Say it, man, this shit is super fresh, right? Super fresh, super fresh, super fresh. Super fresh, super fresh. I don't know, guess if it rhymes, it's gotta be true. Look, cheap tricks and fabricated speeches, blonde hair, blue eyes, they even fabricated Jesus. Let's look at the salary paid to teachers. It's obvious they don't want us to graduate into leaders. Clearly in court videos don't prove much. Wise news cameras in the courtroom, huh? Even if it's just a game, I hear the signal louder. I think I got the message, they don't really care about us. I hear freedom ringing, but I won't answer the phone, cause the people on the other end will not leave us alone. Mr. Officer, I come in peace, just know I brought my peace, and if we can't settle this peacefully, the violence will increase. Yeah, I don't condone racial divide, I won't be cloned, I will survive. I walk alone, look in my eye. So give me justice, give me peace, or get my freedom back at least, so we can meet up in the street. You decide.
Fuck you, Farmer Jim! You're all alone out here on the frontier. No friends, no family, no cops, no help at all. This is the Wild West, son. The Wild fucking West. There ain't no gods coming out here to save your ass. It's just you and me and a murder of crows waiting to pick over our dead bones. We can take a breather. You let that sink in. Don't take too long, yeah?
I don't know why my PlayStation app won't stay up.
Hercules, nigga. You heard of me, nigga. I verbally murder these niggas. Name on a bitch, nigga, look like some first bees, nigga. Ain't talking about actual topics and dropping no actual knowledge to purpose of these niggas. Ain't worshiping these niggas, man. It's curse for these niggas. Man, I'm hurdling these niggas. Put a hurt on these niggas. Skirting on these niggas. Pick up a leaf and I roll the purple is weed in them. Rapid red colors a negative 30-degree winter. The word is so cold that the pole got a murder to eat dinner. The word is so cold, nigga, you can get murdered to see dinner. That's the word is the status of perfectly creased denim. Perfectly creased denim. Perfectly creased denim. Feel like the youth is lost and ain't no reaching them. By day I be teaching them. By night I'm a heathen. Chilling with freaks and ghetto Eritreans. Pressing a Ouija and like a Elysium. Full of outside wheels, niggas Elysium. Haters like, hey, that's nice. I hear it was leasing them. So many thoughts in my head, my fucking cerebrum numb. The world is a stage, America steady policing them. Niggas don't want the fans, it's just the convenient ones.
You may never buy back your soul.
Alright guys, I really gotta start getting some shit done. Let me get myself together. I'm actually gonna go
Niggas behave the same as how these souls act. Like a high school kid back when I was smoke black. So I lighted the whole back, singing up the whole class. Had to find my own lane, had to find my own path. Crisis, I see ISIS, slightly blind from these devices.
Yeah, I can't read it. There's no words on it. What is? I don't know what that means to play us out. What does that mean? To end the show? Yeah. All right, go.
Man, once again, I don't know why my PlayStation app keeps closing on my tablet. Yo, it won't let me see the damn
We'll do it live.
comments up there. I'm gonna pull YouTube up on the computer real quick, and I'll be right with you guys. I got a half a smoothie. Well, I made some smoothie. I drank a glass of it. I think I have enough for one more glass in there. I'm gonna grab that smoothie, and I'm gonna start working on that canvas. As soon as I can find my YouTube channel.
Fingertips, word is in my fingertips, reaper in my cuticles, police for my fingerprints, count the bucks I give my mind that bad if I was fingerless, middle finger shit, tell the hookah girl to break some tips, fingerprints identical to what genius is, blame my temper, I don't say it unless I mean the shit, what's the difference between the critics and the hypocrites?
cost of living so overpriced. Keep my lawyers on retainer like an overbite. When you the stoner type, a lot of weed be overhyped. Half a pound or more, a quarter won't suffice. You see what my composer's like? Been on the road for 40 nights, never make a hoe your wife, but these days hoe is life. Always got something in the air like poltergeist. There's your warning, activity paranormal. I feel it in every corner, aroma of marijuana. By now this shit should be legal on every corner. That'll happen once they get profits off every grow of madness. I see Babylon and it's crashing. I'm asking why this is crafty. Who is the admin? The masses look like we're captive in this contraption. I'm spazzing, I'm Captain Savage, salute to Savage.
Oh my God, what the fuck is going on here, yo? Yo, I don't see why it is so hard for me to try to find this goddamn.
Fresh off dealership. Me and my homies eat the I ain't even worried about a silly bitch.
Yo, I swear that took forever, yo.
Members only, I'm the only member with a membership. Trying real hard not to come stay with pessimists. Who always wanna see you fall down like the London Bridge. Same song, song, live, bunch of kids, can I live? Tabloids watching which crib. Competition and the bitches got my name on their lips. Taking shot at 1 and 7 is the favorite offense.
Alright, yo, alright.
Yeah, I can't read it. There's no words on it. What is? I don't know what that means to play us out. What does that mean? In the show? Yeah. All right, go. In 5, 4, 3. That's tomorrow, and that is it. 5, 4, 3. That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. And we will leave you with a. I can't do it. We'll do it live. We'll do it live. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
Dangood.com premiere. This world is not what you think it is. This world is not what you think it is.
Well, damn, I had enough for 3 glasses of smoothie.
Lawyers on retainer like an overbite. When you the stoner type, a lot of weed be overhyped. Half a pound or more, a quarter won't suffice. You see what my composer's like?
I was looking for these brushes.
Been on the road for 40 nights, never make a hoe your wife, but these days hoe is life. Always got something in the air like poltergeist. There's your warning, activity paranormal. I feel it in every corner, aroma of marijuana. By now this shit should be legal on every corner.
This is a paint I'm working on my son.
To get profits off every grow of madness. I see Babylon and it's crashing. I'm asking why this is crafty. Who is the admin? The masses look like we're captive in this contraption. I'm spazzing, I'm Captain Savage, salute to Savage.
In his hands, he's got the whole world in his hands. Oh, this world is not what you think. This world is not what you think. This world is not what you think.
trying to get it so that both cameras are almost seeing the same thing, you know, as much as I can.
Competition and the bitches got my name in their lips. Taking a shot at 1 and 7 is the favorite offense. Real dog should've came with a fence. Smoke a tree, baby, I can hit you with 10. A lot of window, don't be selfish, baby, call you a friend. I should make them box Benny Hunter. Wake up in the morning, feed a leftover Benny Hunter. Eat the sushi, off my body, no karate. I'm the Hitosaki. Three ninjas, Tum Tum, Cola Rocky, Bloodsport, Van Damme. Bolo can't manage even with my eyes shut. I would never take damage. Used to build a room for the pain and switch my whole style up. Capoeira fight. Now they say I'm probably getting fancy. I should probably change my name to Jamie. Sue Young, meet me in the White House. Young child kidnapper, throw it in the safety. Better ain't a joint named Dim Sum. You don't know about it, need to get one. High car new, but the rim's young. Got the phone whistle with them on my 10th one.
I just take a nigga, bang bang. I just take a nigga, bang bang. I just take a nigga, bang bang. I just bang bang. I just take a nigga, bang bang. I just take a nigga, bang bang. I just take a nigga, bang bang.
Yeah, nigga, we deep in this bitch, right? Stacking on my niggas like jitsu. I'm a great white, you a fish food. We should talk face to face like men do. But you two used to make the moves how bitch move. Rather wear the same pad that your bitch use. I'm just trying to show you what you've been through. Spinning in the same circle like a rim do. OG in the game, stroke spear like Rick Rude. Tokyo, they whipping indicator, we can drift too. When I drift through, bad bitch mixed with Hindu. She got every shoe except his shoes. Bag full of money, Mac made up and a shih tzu. Socket shots with my little geisha. She rather die than give up our location. She gon' turn to Chung Lee in any altercation. I ain't gonna lie, that kinda turn me on. Fuck it in the same.
I just take a nigga, bang bang. I just take a nigga, bang bang. I just take a nigga, bang bang.
I do fuck it in the same.
Bang bang. I just take a nigga, bang bang. I just take a nigga, bang bang. I just take a nigga, bang bang. I just
Jitsu.
Bow to your sensei.
Bow to your sensei.
Bow to your sensei.
Jitsu.
This is B.O.B.'s. The title of the album is Air. Art imitates reality.
So I'll tell you later.
B.O.B., man. Listen to all B.O.B.'s Element albums. He has Earth, Air, Water, Fire. All them shits are the fucking shit, yo. That Fire album, that Earth album are probably my favorite too. Air comes after that one. The Water is good too, but I like Earth, Fire, Air, and then the Water album. But listen to all 4 of his Element albums, and then go back and listen to his mixtape called The New Black. B.O.B.'s New Black mixtape. Yo, that shit is so, man. Yo, Bob is the rapper that I wanted to be. Yo, when I was the last time I was really writing music, this is the kind of music I was writing. But it was 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? I guess people weren't ready for that shit, but even people still ain't ready for this shit. That's why it's a mixtape on that Piff, and you don't hear that shit on the radio, or you don't see a lot of B.O.B. videos because he talking too positive. He talking real shit. He telling you real shit, and he telling it in a positive way, yo. Man, they don't want that shit, yo. Earth, Air, Water, Fire. Listen to them shits, and then listen to New Black, yo. It won't let you down, yo. You ain't gonna be mad at it. Boy, this is one of my favorite songs right here on this album, yo. This probably off of this album, the Air album. This probably is my favorite song, yo. Michigan.
A country founded off of immigrants. Now we want to build a wall to keep out all the immigrants. What you witnessing? Military exercises demonstrated on citizens. Anti-war petitioning, drone strike incoming. Homeless vets decorating the street, can't get no income in. How do you save a world that can't be saved? How do you raise a child that won't behave?
Preach.
Waking up from the lies, I feel betrayed. I'm guessing the rabbit hole we dug was actually just a grave. Skeletons in the closet, they fossilize. Niggas want the truth, sugar-coated and caramelized. Life is like a science fiction book where the author dies. Why I ain't dead yet? Cause the head ain't been authorized.
I hear freedom ringing, but I won't answer the phone. Cause the people on the other end will not leave us alone. Mr. Officer, I come in peace. Just know I brought my peace. And if we can't settle this peacefully, the violence will increase. Yeah, I don't condone racial divide. I won't be cloned, I will survive. I walk alone, look in my eyes. So give me justice, give me peace, so get my freedom back at least, so we can meet up in the streets. You decide.
Who you bow to? Elected councils, full of scoundrels who now rule the world around you while wearing house shoes. They clown you, you and your household, your whole house full. Regimes don't die, they change their name and the accounts move. Life goes on with or without you. Words fall on deaf ears, I think they soundproof. The sound of justice makes us cringe, but how could we stand the sound? You can't even stand your ground. A noose around your neck, the sharpest minds will cut it down. Caught inside the web, the internet is tightly wound. Every day 100K, feel more like a couple thousand. What's $1 to a pound? What's a pound to the crown? Look, hey, I'm sick of waiting, man, this flag, I'm sick of waiting. No more participating, time to form my own nation. You call that integration, I call it discrimination. They say it's risk I'm taking, I call it decision making.
I hear freedom ringing, but I won't answer the phone. Cause the people on the other end will not leave us alone. Mr. Officer, I come in peace. Just know I brought my peace. And if we can't settle this peacefully, the violence will increase. Yeah, I don't condone racial divide. I won't be cloned, I will survive. I walk alone, look in my eyes. So give me justice, give me peace. So get my freedom back at least, so we can meet up in the streets. You decide.
You're not an activist, you more like a reactivist. False flags, crisis actors trying to reenact some shit. Stories don't match, I never believed half the shit. While they sneaking past the law, we're easily distracted. Ay, trying to get through to these dense fucks.
You too stupid to insult.
I say the shit anybody can prove. I don't know, guess if it rhymes, it's gotta be true.
That's the worst insult that there is. You too stupid to insult, nigga.
They even fabricated Jesus.
Oh my God.
The salary paid the teachers. It's obvious they don't want us to graduate and to get through to these dense fucks. You too stupid to insult. I say the shit anybody can prove. I don't know, guess if it rhymes, it's gotta be true. Look, cheap tricks and fabricated speeches. Blonde hair, blue eyes, they even fabricated Jesus. Let's look at the salary paid to teachers. It's obvious they don't want us to graduate into leaders. Clearly in court videos don't prove much. Wise news cameras in the courtroom, huh? Even if it's just a game, I hear the signal louder. I think I got the message, they don't really care about us.
I hear freedom ringing, but I won't answer the phone. Cause the people on the other end will not leave us alone. Mr. Officer, I come in peace. Just know I brought my peace. And if we can't settle this peacefully, the violence will increase. Yeah, I don't condone racial divide. I won't be cloned, I will survive. I walk alone, look in my eyes. So give me justice, give me peace. So get my freedom back at least, so we can meet up in the street. You decide.
You ain't an activist, you more like a reactivist. A fake crisis actor out here trying to reenact some shit. Oh, cause the same lady who was crying that motherfucking the Boston Marathon bombing was the same lady who was crying at Sandy Hook, who was the same lady crying at the other shit. Bitch, you a fucking actor. You an actor, this shit ain't even real. I don't even believe half the shit. I guess if it rhymes, it gotta be true.
I don't care who listening. I find it kind of sensitive. We send millions to Israel, but shit on Flint, Michigan. A country founded off of immigrants. Now we want to build a wall to keep out all the immigrants. What you witnessing? Military exercises demonstrated on citizens. Anti-war petitioning, drone strike incoming. Homeless vets decorate the street, can't get no income in. How do you save a world that can't be saved? How do you raise a child that won't behave? Preach. Waking up from the lies, I feel betrayed. I'm guessing the rabbit hole we dug was actually just a grave. Skeletons in the closet, they causing lies. Niggas want the truth, sugar-coated and caramelized. Life is like a science fiction book where the author dies. Why I ain't dead yet? Cause the head ain't been authorized. I ain't free to ring, but I won't answer the phone. Cause the people on the other end will not leave us alone. Mr. Officer, I come in peace. Just know I brought my peace. And if we can't settle this peacefully, the violence will increase. Yeah, I don't condone racial divide. I won't be cloned, I will survive. I walk alone, look in my eye. So give me justice, give me peace, or get my freedom back at least, so we can meet up in the streets. You decide. Who you bow to? Elected councils, full of scoundrels who now rule the world around you. While wearing house shoes, they clown you. You in your house, all your whole house full. Regimes don't die, they change their name and the accounts move. Life goes on with or without you. Words fall on deaf ears, I think they soundproof. The sound of justice makes us cringe, but how could we stand the sound? You can't even stand your ground. A noose around your neck, the sharpest minds will cut it down. Caught inside the web, the internet is tightly wound. Every day 100K, feel more like a couple thousand. What's $1 to a pound? What's a pound to the crown? Look, ayy, I'm sick of waiting, man, this flag, I'm sick of waving. No more participating, time to form my own nation. You call that integration, I call it discrimination. They say it's risk I'm taking, I call it decision making. I ain't free to ringing, but I won't answer the phone. Cause the people on the other end will not leave us alone. Mr. Officer, I come in peace, just know I brought my peace. And if we can't settle this peacefully, the violence will increase. Yeah, I don't condone racial divide, I won't be cloned, I will survive. I walk alone, look in my eye. So give me justice, give me peace, or get my freedom back at least, so we can meet up in the street. You not an activist, you more like a reactivist. False flags, crisis actors trying to reenact some shit. Stories don't match, I never believed half the shit. Why they sneak and pass along with easily distracted. Ay, trying to get through to these dense fucks. You too stupid to insult. I say the shit anybody can prove. I don't know, guess if it rhymes, it's gotta be true. Look, cheap tricks and fabricated speeches. Blonde hair, blue eyes, they even fabricated Jesus. Let's look at the salary paid to teachers. It's obvious they don't want us to graduate into leaders. Clearly in court videos don't prove much. Wise news cameras in the courtroom, huh? Even if it's just a game, I hear the signal louder. I think I got the message, they don't really care about us. I ain't free to ringing, but I won't answer the phone. Cause the people on the other end will not leave us alone. Mr. Officer, I come in peace, just know I brought my peace. And if we can't settle this peacefully, the violence will increase. Yeah, I don't condone racial divide, I won't be cloned, I will survive. I walk alone, look in my eye. So give me justice, give me peace, or get my freedom back at least, so we can meet up in the street. You decide.
Fuck you, Farmer Jim! You're all alone out here on the frontier. No friends, no family, no cops, no help at all. This is the Wild West, son. The Wild fucking West. There ain't no gods coming out here to save your ass. It's just you and me and a murder of crows waiting to pick over our dead bones.
So you take a breather. You let that sink in. But don't take too long, yeah?
Masters of war.
Masters of war.
Built to destroy.
Build to destroy.
You play with my world.
All the money you made will not save, will not buy back your soul.
All the money you made will never buy back your soul.
Yeah. Hercules, nigga. You heard me, nigga. I verbally murder these niggas. Name on a bitch, nigga. Look like some first bees, nigga. They talking about actual topics and dropping no actual knowledge to purpose of these niggas. Ain't worshiping these niggas, man. It's curtains for these niggas, man. I'm hurdling these niggas. Put a hurting on these niggas. Skirting on these niggas. Pick up a leaf and I follow the purple and sweet it on. Rapid red colors, a negative 30-degree winter. The weather's so cold that a pole got a murder to eat dinner. The weather's so cold, nigga, you can get murdered to see dinner. That's for the word is as bad as some perfectly creased denim. Perfectly creased denim. Perfectly creased denim. Feel like the youth is lost and ain't no reaching them. By day I be teaching them. By night I'm a heathen. Chillin' with freaks and ghetto Eritreans. Plus a Norwegian. Feel like Elysium. Pull up outside wheels. Fingers Elysium. Hitters like, hey, it's nice. I hear was leasing them. I'm so many thoughts in my head. My fucking cerebrum numb. The world is a stage. America said they policing them. Niggas don't want the facts. Just the convenient ones.
Buy
Buy your soul back, buy sold back. I expose facts, so my phone's tapped. Hollywood turned you out, you coming to vote back. I'm a coattail, bitch, get my coat back. Niggas behave the same as how these souls act. Like a high school kids back when I was smoke black. So I lighted the whole pack, sticking up the whole class. Had to find my own lane, had to find my own path. Crisis, I see ISIS, slightly blind from these devices. Might be biased, Michael Myers. What you want, I'm 10 flows higher. Ha, 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 ha. Like the beat of block, sucking my cheese on top. Top, top, top. I put my team on top. Bitches that scheme and plot. Women that mean is drop. Top, top, top. Look at my life, how was it perfect? All the hell I survived, yeah, I deserve it. So I'm shitting them niggas are twice as serving. All the thoughts in my head are quite disturbing. They do in the booth that I ain't in person. So whenever I die with purpose. Motherfucker. Thanks. Yeah. I defy the limits. Penmanship is wicked. I'm my only master and my own apprentice. I don't
I'm my only master and my own apprentice. How the fuck you say some shit like that? I'm my only master and my own apprentice.
No such thing as kicking shit. Now quit your bitching. Now cut the shit. Let's get the business. I try to show what's sitting. Try to paint the picture. Guess you just ain't photogenic. Get offended. Make you see the veil, then I lift you. Been to hell, it's a lifted visit. Here's a breath of fresh air, it's been a minute. Hey, how to make a murderer? Better yet, how to make a terrorist? Better yet, how to start a civil war? Better yet, how to tax Americans? Step by step, get more in depth, don't panic.
The money you
Don't
made
panic.
when you buy back your
Follow the
soul.
rabbit. Thanks.
Bobby. How to make a murderer, better yet, how to make a terrorist, better yet, how to start a civil war, better yet, how to tax Americans.
dressed up and so therefore I pray that it does not. I just wanna fall through the club and fall through the spot. Fall through the spot. Whatever's jumping, jump in. Just a youngin' trying to get into something. Looking for whatever spot was jumping. Just a youngin' trying to get into something. Looking for whatever spot was jumping. Jumping. Looking for whatever spot was jumping.
Remember when you was a youngin' looking for whatever spot was jumping?
It watches me. It always watches me. It watches me. It always watches me. While I sleep. While I sleep. While I sleep. While I sleep.
Looking ass, all them cameras, what you looking at? With your crooked ass, I see you fuckers and I'm looking bad. You think I'm a terrorist? Shit, I thought I was American. Shit, you niggas hilarious. Shit, I'm intelligent enough to know that I don't need a president. The problems we face, whoever's elected will never take care of it. Why every country we ever invade speak Arabic? I gotta say, how many politicians does it take?
I'm smart enough to know I don't need a fucking president. You know what I'm saying?
Smart enough to know we don't need a president.
Man, all the problems we face
Looking ass,
ain't
all the
changing
cameras,
that
what you
shit.
looking at? With your crooked ass, I see you fuckers and I'm looking back. You think I'm a
Damn
terrorist?
terrorists? I thought I was American.
Shit, you niggas hilarious. Shit, I'm intelligent enough to know that I don't need a president. The problems we face, whoever's elected will never take care of it. Why every country we ever invade speak Arabic? I gotta say, how many politicians does it take? How many prayers does it take for grace? Look, it's a war going on. It really don't matter what country you from, it's more than just bombs. The rich get the steak, the poor get the crumb, there's more going on. Life is hard for many, but joyful for some. Blood on the corporate arm. Where you think they get the bread to pay mortgages from?
It watches me. It always watches me. It watches me. It always watches me. While I sleep. While I sleep. While I sleep. While I sleep.
They say nothing's more important than winning. Even if you gotta forfeit your winnings. What that make the rap game if extortion is business? Is that why all the legends have unfortunate endings? Of course I'm relentless, Lil' ho, of course you offended. It's more than a conspiracy, you see, of course it's intended. I'm doing more than just venting, they doing more than just killing shit. They poison everything, that's why the poor get the sickest. Now if you gargle raw cranberry juice for more than 2 minutes, spit it out, you gon' have more gallons in it. Of course it's no indictment. Shit, they endorse all the killings. The metamorphosis of mankind. This story's tremendous. Man.
It watches me. It always watches me. It watches me. It always watches me. While I sleep. While I
brief questions I'd like to ask, if I may. When you were carrying out that incredible moonwalk, did you find that the surface was equally firm anywhere, or were there harder and softer spots that you could detect? And secondly, when you looked up at the sky, could you actually see the stars and the solar corona in spite of the glare?
We were never able to see stars from the lunar surface or on the daylight side of the moon by eye without looking through the optics. I don't recall during the period of time that we were photographing the solar corona what stars we could see.
Nine steps are what you take walking on the moon. I hope my legs don't break walking on.
This time I'd like to introduce the Apollo 11 crew, astronauts Neil Armstrong, Michael Collins, Edwin Aldrin.
Bob, what the hell you doing? What the fuck does Stanley Kubrick have to do with astronauts and movement? Who the hell you fooling? Fuck you in this whole stupid flat earth movement. Well, you don't like it soon, get the science proven. You a college student, shouldn't be assuming grades, sound page, soundproofing. Time to film a movie shoot. Gotta use my tools in a glass case, astronaut suit, footprint, don't match the boot. Been to the moon once, and ain't been back since. And I'm just trying to figure out where the tax dollars went. NASA.
You won't be knocked you in the head. Well, I want you to swear to God on the Bible that you walked on the moon. If you walked on the moon, we're giving you the opportunity to swear to God that you walked on the moon. Anything else for 20 feet of hell knocked out of you, you leave me alone. Swear I don't
Well, I take your stuff and get the fuck out.
Not a huge fan of the award for the best rapper, but they give the Moon Man award to the best actor. Guess we must go straight to the source. Let's ask NASA. How do you explain the occurrence of lunar waves? Why do we only see one half of the lunar face? How do you explain air bubbles you view in space? Why is it so important to lie to the human race? Million-mile internet that travels light years, but they can show a space shuttle re-enter the atmosphere. Okay, to blast off, you gotta practice Freemasonry, an acronym that stands for not a space agency. Mason, I wish you were days away, no way, and there's been surprise I pay, so sad, tomorrow's another day.
Alright, this is what y'all should do. If y'all still got questions about the moon, yo, watch this documentary called A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Moon. Real easy to remember, yo. Just watch that shit, yo. A funny thing happened on the way to the moon. Man, motherfuckers ain't never been to the moon, yo. If they have, it was much later, and it wasn't in fucking 69 when they said they did it. If they've been to the moon, it was much later.
Well, you're asking the wrong guy. Why don't you talk to the administrator of NASA? We're passengers. We're guys going on a flight.
With the shadows in the wrong place. I don't give a damn about all that shit.
I just suggested my method. They try to muddy my message. Another corrupt unelected. Another new color selected. This ain't a fairy tale, yeah. Far from an urban legend. In a war, propaganda can often be used as a murder weapon. What's the direction we're headed? It can't get arrested and not get neglected. Guessing my presence is threatening, put you on game and they try to discredit it. Thanks to the internet, we can see racism isn't as dead as they said it is. Syria's getting beheaded, they edit the footage and go out for beverages. Old me, old mine, either lock or close mine, V5 fun, my see the beast close by, but an eye for an eye for an eye for an eye for an eye. Soon we'll all be blind over time, over time, over time. Bastards. We don't get me high like I used to. They say I don't sound like I used to. But an eye for an eye for an eye for an eye for an eye. Soon we'll all be blind over time, over time. of America. Corruption, extortion, torture, etc. Looking for war that we can declare on you. Like, we can just control this whole area. Overbearing clutch, country run by billionaires I rust. Evil predator, don't want the beef if it ain't rare enough. Police scared of us, propaganda and hysteria. What's in the dairy truck? Crops and produce sprayed in fairy dust. Budget cuts like an uppercut from the upper class. All they serving is place of suffering, succotash. I know someone in power, someone behind the mask. When I find someone, I'ma move someone ass. It's what you asking for, really what
I
you
know
ready.
someone in power, someone behind the mask. When I find someone,
I know someone in power, someone behind the mask. When I find someone,
I'ma whoop someone ass. Motherfucker, you been doing all this shit to the humans of this earth? God damn you.
I respect your silence, but I won't comply with tyrants or confide in their messiahs. By now you know a lot about me, nothing's ever private. Whatever you looking for in life, you're more than likely to find it. Guns, drugs, sex, basically everything but guidance. Most of our life we guessing shit, the rest is left to science. They just give you the jobs to see, you gotta connect the right ones. The ropes around all of our necks, but in the hood it's slightly tighter. The cause of death is bias, cause if you get shot, the corn did it. If a flood kill you, then God did it. Get assassinated, then the mob did it. You don't know the killer unless some cop did it. We treat our problems how we treat our criminals. We lock them up long as we can, so we don't have to deal with them. Bereavement.
I think Bob going too hard for most people, man. You know what I'm saying? I just personally, a lot of people ain't gonna catch this shit, man. That's how I see it. He trying his damnedest though. This motherfucker is not giving up, yo. Like mixtape after mixtape, yo.
I see savages, bad children, shatter families.
Song after song, this motherfucker not giving up on trying to educate.
The white and the blue, like, wait, whose flag is this? And I ask you, is it an act of valor or a strange reality? And they make us free thinkers feel like we the radicals. But the world is a battlefield, and right now we the establishment. When it comes to war, there's no real parameters. American pie is a sweet distraction from what's really happening. I can see the vultures fly over me, watching me all the time. Blood on their wings. I feel I'm getting closer, closer. I feel I'm getting closer, closer. I see the plan is to eradicate the planet. Anyone who opposes seriously will banish. The travesties are endless. The list is gigantic. The stakes have been raised. Time to wheel in the cannons. It's propaganda. And all they gotta do is turn on the cameras. And they'll say anything to make it all look random. And they hide the keys to unlock the answers. Last time I checked, the double standard is not a standard at all. And we fall, and we struggle just to get right back up and then fall. And we climb, and we crawl, and we fight till it's solved. And we search through the dark, trying to make sense of these laws, just to figure out that it's flawed. And the vultures fly over me, watching me all the time. Blood on their wings. I feel I'm getting closer, closer. I feel I'm getting closer, closer. Watching over me, trying to get a hand in control of me, control of me, control of me. Trying to get a hand in control of me.
DatPiff.com world premiere.
That's the sound of the kids. With no fucks to give. no luck for shit, cause it didn't grow up as rich. That's the sound. That's the sound. That's the sound of niggas locked in the pen, doing a bid with more time than they should give. That's the sound of an oppressed nation, tired of chasing villains that don't got no faces. That's the sound of a nation that don't got no patience for faux proclamations. Warlocks in churches and sacred locations. The sheriffs, the clansmen, the judges, and masons. Not to be biased and not what your faith is, but how do I trust my own country and state that's more loyal to Satan than their own occupation? The system is rigged. If I vote, will I change it? Greed will consume us with no moderation. Blame for a beast I'm not sure I created. I'm not sure I'm created. Like I'm inside a game, I'm not sure that I'm playing. It's a whole operation. Whether it's real or whether they staged it, shit gets so tense when I go out to places. If I fuck around and sneeze in the air, I could break it. And people feel so violated, you feel what I'm feeling before I could say it. Before I could step in the studio to lay it. I know what my role is, I know I ain't basic. But I guess the truth must hurt. I guess that's why they butt hurt. All the secrets that I unearthed, no stone left unturned. To learn to fly, you gotta jump first. I touch the sky, that's why I'm sunburned. I changed your life in only one verse. Welcome to the seventh pinnacle. Somewhere between the metaphysical, the hell is spiritual. I've seen hell and hell is digital as well as visual. Hell is how they did the aboriginal. Hell is when the innocent get murdered and they don't arrest the criminal. Oh my God, take the steering wheel. But why do something that I ain't intend to do? No interviews, pacing in my living room. I was gotten into you. You wild and you invented the shit like you invincible. People always ask me, geez, why I used to living, dude? Shit, I wonder why I'm living too. Why I'm living too. Why I'm living too. Say what's wrong with me? Shit, what's wrong with you? Cause me, I'm feeling good. Me, I'm in my zone. I look up in the sky. I know this can't be home. And I know I ain't alone. They try to take it home. They try to sway the weak. And they try to break strong. But I'm not a quitter. God's child, not God's dinner. On God, on God's dinner. Try to plot and make the plot thicker. See, the middle class got a lot slimmer. And the upper class got a lot richer. They want to revolt, they want you to riot, they want you to try it, they want to provoke us to keep us divided. But the people are no longer quiet. They said, Bob, they gonna take you out if you keep rhyming this way. I say, fuck it, we all gonna die anyway.
off this smoothie. Oh yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna let that black dry on there for a minute. That's actually latex paint, so it's not gonna take, acrylic paint, so it's not gonna take a long time for that to dry. And then I'm going to put a tone on it. While that's just drying, I can prep these shoes. Oh man, smoothie is delicious, yo. I don't know why my computer keeps freezing.
Yeah, I can't read it. There's no words on it.
Okay.
What is?
For credit.
I don't know what that means. To play us out. What does that mean? To end the show?
Yeah.
All right, go.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it.
5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. And we will leave you with a. I can't do it. We'll do it live. We'll do it live. Okay. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
DanPiff.com world premiere.
This world is not what you think it is. This world is not what you think it is. This world is not what you think it is. The hand that moves on the fingerprint. Fingertips, word is in my fingertips. Reaper in my cuticles. Police want my fingerprints. Count the bucks I give on my left hand if I was fingerless. Middle finger shit. Tell the hookah girl to break some tips. Fingerprints identical to what genius is. Blame my temper, I don't say it unless I mean the shit. What's the difference between the critics and the hypocrites? Same difference between Republicans and Democrats. Facts. Cost of living so overpriced. Keep my lawyers on retainer like an overbite. When you the stoner type, a lot of weed be overhyped. Half a pound or more, a quarter won't suffice. You see what my composer's like? Been on the road for 40 nights, never make a hoe your wife, but these days hoe is life. Always got something in the air like poltergeist. There's your warning, activity paranormal. I feel it in every corner, aroma of marijuana. Right now they shit your illegal on every corner. That'll happen once they get profits off every grow of madness. I see Babylon and it's crashing. I'm asking why this was crafted. Who was the admin? The masses feel like we're captive in this contraption. I'm spazzing, I'm catching stabbing. Salute to savage. Back.
In his hands has got the whole world in his hands.
Oh, this world is not what you think it is. This world is not what you think it is. This world is not what you think it is. The hand that moves on the fingerprint.
Well, I got those, got the delays off of there.
Yeah. Rush out them shit. Me and my homies eat them fish. I ain't even worried about a silly bitch. Tell the fish
Word up, yo, my
sauce.
computer keeps freezing. I can't tell if the Facebook is still on or not. I took these insoles out. I'll probably go get some brand new insoles. I'll just take them with me to the stores and kind of size them up. But I'd rather put brand new ones back in the shoe.
Smoke a tree, baby, I can picture with tech. A lot of window, don't be selfish, baby, call you a friend. I should make them box Benny Hunter. Wake up in the morning, feeding leftovers, Benny Hunter. Even sushi, everybody know karate. I'm the head socket, J ninjas. Tum-tum, Cola Rocky, plus sport, Van Damme. Bolo can't manage, even with my eyes shut. I will never take damage. You should build a room for the panic, switch my whole style up, capoeira fight dancing. Not a Sam, probably getting fancy. I should probably change my name to Jamie. Sue Young, meet me in the White House. Zooms out, kidnappers, no ain't the same.
I'm just checking some comments. Thanks everybody. Thanks. Good morning everybody. Yo. Yeah, my computer keeps flipping freezing and I can't see the comments from off my computer screen, yeah. So yo, appreciate everybody in here though. Chilling.
Stacking on niggas like jitsu. I'm a great white, you a fish food. You should talk face to face like men do. But you two used to make the moves how bitch move. Probably wear the same brand that your bitch use. I'm just trying to show you what you've been through. Spinning in the same circle like a rim do. OG in the game, stroke spirit like Rick Rude. Tokyo, they whipping in the air that we can drift too. When I
shoe, accept issues. Bag full of money, Mac, up and a shih tzu. Or socket shots with my little geisha. She rather die than give up our location. She gon' turn to Chung Lee in any altercation. I ain't lying, to kinda turn me on. Fuck it in the safe.
I just take a leg out. I just take a leg out. I just take a leg out.
Fuck it in the safe.
I just take a leg out. I just take a leg out. I just take a leg out.
Jitsu.
Oh, your sensei.
Jitsu.
Oh, your sensei.
Jitsu.
This is only the beginning.
Alright,
The road gets tougher.
it's
now
on the
that you're a
computer,
ninja.
but we'll see how
I
long
told
it
you
stays
that.
up.
I guess it would ruin the moment. So I'll tell you later.
Alright, so what I
The
did.
things that we think but don't really say. The feelings beneath that never escape.
Alright, so I outlined that drawing on there. I do that to so that the pencil doesn't smudge away. I don't really go heavy-handed on the pencil when I do sketches. So I'll run through my tutorial real quick for new viewers to my stream, or to for people who haven't seen me really paint from scratch. Oh. God damn you, canvas! Oh. All right, so how I was taught, I started painting by myself for a few years, and then a couple of years into my art, I found a really good mentor. Got two of them. So I found a really good mentor a couple of years after I started painting, and he showed me a different way to actually construct the painting. So now I go about it one simple way. I always use the same technique, this same format for my art. So first thing you want to do is take a photograph. Make sure your photograph is clear enough to see all of your colors and all the details you want to include in the painting. This is why I start to tell people I'm very picky about the source material. When I get commissions and someone says, hey, can you paint this picture? If it's not a good picture, I'm going to say no, I'm not painting that. I can only recreate what I see. I can probably amp up details to a certain extent, but I can't perform fucking miracles. And if you took a picture on your Samsung Galaxy phone in a nightclub in a corner of you and your homie, and you you want me to paint that, it's probably not going to come out as a good painting. So the first thing to do is always make sure you have a quality source material or a reference photo to go off of. It took me a while to actually realize that. I've actually invested heavily in cameras. So when I tell people don't send me pictures that you took on your phone, I really mean it. I've invested in cameras myself because I don't want to use pictures from some crappy ass source. If you want a good picture, you gotta have a good camera. In order to use a good camera, you gotta know how to operate this shit, yo. You gotta understand shutter speed, ISO, and aperture. If you do not understand how to manipulate aperture, shutter speed, and ISO, you probably don't know how to take a picture. You think you know how to take a picture, but you're really not doing anything. And if you don't have a camera where you can control some of that, then you're more than likely you're not going to come out with a really, really decent photograph. Some people get lucky and you can take a good photograph sometimes, but I always prefer to have a really professional, high level, high quality image to work from. And once again, I'm not a photographer, but in order to take a good picture, I had to understand photography and invest in equipment so I can produce a quality photograph. Therefore, I can produce a quality painting. So once again, always invest in yourself. All right, back to this tutorial. So that was a lot just with photographs. You know what I'm saying? Take good pictures. Make sure you have a good picture to start with. Once you have a quality picture that you want to paint, you do a quick sketch. Try not to add too much details. In essence, you're going to paint over the entire drawing, so don't waste a lot of time trying to get your image on the canvas. You know what I'm saying? Just draw enough where you can see what your image is. After you get past this phase, you should bring it to this phase here where you actually outline your drawing in acrylic paint, like I say there, so that through the rest of the process you're not going to smudge your drawing and lose your image, especially if there is some areas of fine detail or fine lines. If you just go ahead and trace it with some acrylic paint, it dries really fast, and you can clearly see your image, and you're not going to get lost throughout the process of your toning and underpainting. So once you have a photograph, you draw it on your canvas, you outline your image in black, and then you tone your canvas. And once you tone your canvas, it should look something like this. It doesn't have to be this brown color. You can do green, purples, reds, but some kind of color so that you're not painting directly onto a white canvas. It's not really good to paint onto a white canvas because, especially if you're using oil paints, oils are slightly translucent or opaque, and you will actually be able to see the whiteness of the canvas through your paints initially, unless you use like really heavy strokes or thick layers of paint, or if you're using a mud knife, paint knife or something like that, you can probably get away with painting on directly onto a white canvas. But if you're going to want to do layers to build up your depth, your tone, your definition, and your details, and you want to go in the layering process, it's always better to start on a canvas that has some type of color or tone to it, so that your initial layer of oils themselves, the pigments, will have something to reflect off of, and you will initially have a better pigment quality from your very first layer of paint, which will create better layers throughout the whole process. If you study the old Renaissance artists of the Italian Renaissance and French Renaissance, these guys did not paint on white canvases. They painted on like burlap, or almost like a wool burlap type material, or wood for a lot of them, wood paneling. The Mona Lisa is painted on a piece of wood, not a white canvas, So get your image, draw your image, outline your image, tone your canvas. Once you have your canvas tone, you want to do a underpainting. All right, now underpainting is just you just want to block in the image itself, but use the darkest tones that you can find throughout your photograph, and basically block in the segments or different portions of the painting with the darkest tones that you can find in the picture. That way, starting with a dark layer, you're able to build up your midtones and your highlights, and that actually adds to your definition. If you start darker and then gradually go over into your lighter tones and your lighter shades. So always try to start as dark as you possibly can without losing the image itself. You don't want to paint the whole thing black and not be able to see what the hell you drew. But like I said, just find your darkest tones in your red apple. Just look for the darkest areas of red and try to block in the entire area with the darkest area, the darkest tones you see. After you have completed your underpainting, which is not going to be pretty, they never are. They're not meant to be. But this is just your initial foundation layer of paint, and by having toned your canvas, these colors are darker and more vibrant than they would have been if you would have applied them directly to a white canvas. So initially, from your first layer of paint, you're already going to get that really strong pigment in there, so that you can your second and third layer of paint will just look a lot better applied over this initial dark layer of paint. um, so once you have your underpainting completed, don't rush and try to lighten it up too fast. I normally do like 3 or 4 layers of paint and gradually work my way through my dark tones, my mid tones, my light tones, and my highlights. Um, and if you're patient uh, and take your time, you can actually produce a really decent oil painting that looks really similar to the original photograph you took. So just don't rush, and just know that it does take a little bit longer with oil paints, and but they look nice and they last. So, and whenever I get students, if people want to learn from me, I always make them do this project first. I have several uh, starter drawings already made up, so that the students just work their way through this process to see if they can create this bowl of fruit, which looks simple but is very complicated. You have very dynamic color differentiations. You have a glass bowl, wood grain table, and fabric in the background. So there's a lot of different colors, tones, a lot of different textures going on here. It looks really simple, but this is actually a fairly complicated piece to work on, actually. Um, so even though it's a starter project for my students, it is a bit of a challenge. So just so you can see how this is starting out and how I'm going to actually walk my way through these steps right here, the same way I do every other painting. Yeah, man, I'll be up early. Okay, all my smoothie is gone. I finally drunk the whole thing of smoothie. All right, so for these sneakers, I'm pretty sure I do have the black laces that came out of them. But while I'm picking up new insoles, I may look for new black laces. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna do like, I might try to find red laces. Or I have red flat laces. I'm gonna get some red round laces. But I'm just gonna do red, black, and green for the RBG, and then put like the black power fist on the side. Or maybe I could draw a face here and a face here, like Marcus Garvey. I could put Marcus Garvey on one side and put like, and put, I don't know, Angela Davis or Ashanta Shakur on one side. Yeah, if I put Ashanta on one side and Marcus Garvey on one side, and then paint. I would hate to paint over this hologram thing, but and take that little hologram bubble right there and just paint that, just black that out, and then put the black power fist on the bubbles, and so you have like the image of the leader here, and then the little fist on the bubble, and then the tones. What about that, yo? Or should I just put like one face on one side and a big power fist on one side? And then what would I do with that? I could just leave that like that. Just leave the little hologram there. I don't know. I gotta come up with some shit. Trying to get into something. So now.
This time I'd like to introduce the Apollo 11 crew, astronauts Neil Armstrong, Michael Collins, Edwin Aldrin.
Bob, what the hell you doing? What the fuck does Stanley Kubrick have to do with astronauts and movement? Who the hell you fooling? Fuck you ain't this whole stupid flat earth movement. Well, you don't like assuming if the science proving you a college student shouldn't be assuming grades, sound stage, sound proofing. Time I film a movie shoot. Gotta use my tools in a glass case, astronaut suit, footprint, don't match the booth. Been to the moon once and ain't been back since. And I'm just trying to figure out where the tax dollars went. NASA.
You want me to knock you in the head? Well, I want you to swear to God on the Bible that you walked on the moon. If you walked on the moon, we're given the opportunity to swear to God that you walked on the moon. We're giving you the opportunity to get hell like that because you really did.
Well, I take your stuff and get the fuck out.
Not a huge fan of the award for the best rapper, but they give the Moon Man award to the best actor. Guess we must go straight to the source. Let's ask NASA. How do you explain the occurrence of lunar waves? Why do we only see one half of the lunar face? How do you explain air bubbles you view in space? Why is it so important to lie to the human race? Million-mile internet that travels light years, but they can't show a space shuttle re-enter the atmosphere. Okay, to blast off, you gotta practice Freemasonry, an acronym that stands for United States Agency. Mason, I'm wishing my days away. No way, and that best surprise I pay. So sad, tomorrow's another day. You stay, walking on the moon.
And put your hand on the Bible. Swear to God you walked on the moon.
Knowing you, that's probably a fake Bible. I'm not swearing to no God that I walked on the moon. You know, on you and your fake Bible. Not that I believe in the Bible, but just the fact that these dudes will not swear that they did that. I'll swear to God, just to put that emphasis on I'm telling the truth. Unlike most people who say I swear to God, and that's just because they know they're really, really lying. No, I swear to God, no. But if a motherfucker wants to, if that's your standard of proving if I'm not lying or not, and I know I'm telling the truth, like yo, I swear to God, you know what I'm saying? I swear to God, I walked on the moon.
I just suggested my method. They try to muddy my message. Another corrupt unelected. Another new color selected. This ain't a fairy tale, yeah. Far from an urban legend. In a war, propaganda can often be used as a murder weapon. What's the direction we're headed? It can't get arrested and not get neglected. Guessing my presence is threatened and put you on game and they try to discredit it. Thanks to the internet, we can see racism isn't as dead as they said it is. Syrians getting beheaded, they edit the footage and go out for beverages. Oh me, oh mine, either lock or close mine, V5 fun, I see the beast close by, but an eye for an eye for an eye for an eye for an eye. Soon we'll all be blind over time, back. We don't get me high like I used to. They say I don't sound like I used to. But an eye for an eye for an eye for an eye for an eye. Soon we'll all be blind over United Savages of America. Corruption, extortion, torture, etc. Looking for war that we can declare on you. Like, we can just control this whole area. Overbearing clutch. Country run by billionaires I rust. Evil predator. Don't want to beef if it ain't rare enough. Police scared of us. Propaganda and hysteria. What's in the dairy truck? Crops and produce sprayed in Florida. Budget cuts like an uppercut from the upper class. All they serving is plates of suffering, succotash. I know someone in power, someone behind the mask. When I find someone, I'ma whoop someone ass. It's what you asking for, really what you ready for. It's time for action, and that is not a metaphor. I know someone in power, someone behind the mask. When I find someone, I'ma whoop someone ass. I respect your silence, but I won't comply with tyrants or confide in their messiahs. By now you know a lot about me, nothing's ever private. Whatever you looking for in life, you more than likely find it. Guns, drugs, sex, basically everything but guidance. Most of our life we guessing shit, the rest is left to science. They just give you the dots, but see, you gotta connect the right ones. The ropes around all of our necks, but in the hood it's slightly tighter. The cause of death is bias, cause if you get shot, the Quan did it. If a flood kill you, then God did it. Get assassinated, then the mob did it. You don't know the killer unless some cop did it. We treat our problems how we treat our criminals. We lock them up long as we can, so we don't have to deal with them. Bereavement.
Alright, guys, I gotta get a couple of chores done and then get out of here in time enough to make it to this appointment. There is a chance that I will be streaming later this evening. More than likely, it'll just be from Facebook. I'm gonna try to get back on YouTube more. Like I said, the only thing is that for the YouTube, I have to come down here in the living room and use the PlayStation. And I have to keep the PlayStation hardwired to the internet to have a good connection. Because I can take it upstairs and use it, but I'll have to use the Wi-Fi, and it always cuts off on me if I try to use the PlayStation on the Wi-Fi upstairs. It just doesn't have a good enough signal. But I can use the Facebook Live with no problem from upstairs, and so I can stream better from up there. So yeah, this is a picture I took of my niece at the first part of this summer, and so I've been thinking about it, and I haven't painted a picture of my niece yet. So I want to get one now while she's still young, and then maybe do another one of her when she's in her teenage years, and then when she's in her 20s or something like that. You know, but I think this is going to be a really good piece. Sorry I don't get to answer all the comments all the time, guys. But like I say, yo, thanks for tuning in and checking me out. Renee George, Charles Curry, Frank, Irvin, Raphael was in here talking all that good stuff this morning, man. Appreciate you, bro. Goddamn, talking about that B.O.B. Man, Fleazy does it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, appreciate you guys once again, yo. Just hanging out for a little while, checking out my art, yo. And also, if you guys aren't on my YouTube channel, YouTube is a little bit easier, and it looks nicer. The PlayStation camera is bigger than my phone camera, so it gives you a better picture and picture quality, I think, actually. So so YouTubers, say hi to Facebook. Facebook, say hi to YouTube. You know. So yeah. Who else we had in here? Tiffany and Quentin. So once again, everybody, appreciate you guys chilling, hanging out with me, working on this painting on my niece, and some shoes. Shoes. Just got those done. Keep showing these off because they hot. say, ain't you fresh? Ghost in the shell. And I got these all prepped up, so these are going to be my next projects. I'm actually going to finish these shoes before I get to this painting. I just wanted to get this painting to this phase at least, just to get it toned and outlined and ready to go. So I'm going to work on these shoes. After I get these shoes done, I'll do a underpainting on this painting of my niece, and while the underpainting is drying, I'll go back and start working on this underpainting of my son. And then after that, I don't know. I want to do some more photos for the Whisper series. I just got to get models. I have a couple of models on standby, I think. I just got to really get with them and get some pictures taken. I may do a series of my son because I have quite a few pictures, some really good pictures that I took of him. And other than that, guys, once again, thank you guys for hanging out with me. Peace. Until next time. Alright, YouTube, the same thing for you guys, yo. Why I'm living too. Where my control at? Yo, YouTube, thanks for hanging out with me, yo. Checking out my artwork. Bam! Let me see some comments real quick. I haven't checked out you guys' comments. Okay, Godzilla was up in here. My turds for your buddy. Okay. Alright, guys. Peace. Till next time.